So bring it on. Fresh, fervent, fevered, how it always was and how it always will be. Feel it, this is where it starts. Whatever your ambitions, a good beginning is the perfect way to get things underway. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And here's Forlan, and that's a dangerous... Tries a shot! Some good work on the right flank here. Now this could be a chance. Clayson!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Now it's Forlan, looking for options for movement. Oh, played through for the wide man. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Over to the left. He's picked his way through. He's got full. There it is! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Clayson, ball's played through.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Mbappe.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Del Piero receives it. And the finish! Has another go! And we have our very first corner. He gets big! No mistake! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this one always did feel hard to predict, and that's exactly how it looks like turning out.
Puyol proves too strong, too smart. Now it's Del Piero, and he's got the beating of his man. And Del Piero! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
So will they make it count again? And now they can spring out of defence. Now that looks a decent ball. turns back here, probably the best option. That's a good ball out wide. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And the half-time whistle goes. So it's all squared, neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. And we are back underway. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Ambitious ball here. That's been cut out, well played. Played out to the left flank. Mbappe. Oh, delightful ball. Kotarski gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. That's a little off target. Clayson. And he thumps it clear. Well-timed, excellent interception. Has a shot! And he's lifted it over.
A message to the wise, it's probably better to try and get him behind that defence than try that over and over.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Can he get it through? Clayson. Now it's Drogba. Now it's Forlan. Oh, well played.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Guardiola. Now, can they get him away? Defending of the desperate variety. Look at the space here.
Might want to be careful there.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Substitution.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Has been indicated.
And that's a good ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
And that's that. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
A rather flat performance for me when we expected...
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Now it's Forlan, Del Piero. Puyol playing game number 100 for his current employers.
Well, that milestone might be on the back of his mind, Peter, although I'm pretty sure he'll just go about his business as usual. It's just one of the many achievements he'll go on to reach from here.
And here's Mauro Icardi. Lamina. Forlan. For Martinelli. Mbappe. He's given the time to pick a pass.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
And it's Icardi. Del Piero. Tries to pass it through. And this is Forlan. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And he's really put himself on the line here. And we have our very first corner. Sanchez gets it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Icardi. Now it's Drogba. Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Mbappe. That's a good run down the left, and he was quick to react. Threads one in. Picked out. Can he finish? Goal! Galatasaray! And Galatasaray have the lead. Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch. Sumptuous second.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Galatasaray are in front now. The game's only goal.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10...
Drogba! Now, who's going to be... In he goes again! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And that has been clubbed away. Cross deflected behind for a corner. It's their second corner of the game. It's a mighty effort! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Jacobs.
There will be 1 minute.
And Yilmaz. Oh, easy pickings there. And it's half-time here. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Cannavaro. And it's Guardiola. They get a throw in. Still chasing the game, trailing by 1. DiMarco. For Martinelli. Now that looks a decent ball. Forlan. Sané. It's going to be another throw. Galatasaray are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
DiMarco. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Chance here to counter. And he's quick to snatch it back. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Substitution for Galatasaray, number 9, Mauro Icardi. Coming on to replace him is...
Ball's out, it'll be a throw-in again. Forlan. DiMarco.
Substitution for Galatasaray, number 53, number 45, Osman. Coming on the field.
That's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Lamina. Just about up to 75 minutes. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And this is Del Piero. And that has not gone well. Kututsu.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Sara. Now it's Del Piero. Forlan. And that was very necessary.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And Sonny! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Guardiola! Guardiola! In he goes again! Goal! Dying minutes, and we're all square again! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
All square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find...
And that's that. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. Drogba picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Now that is commitment to the cause. And we have our very first corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Martinelli! Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Martinez takes control of it and he's on the move. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, I really like the look of this guy, Federico Di Marco. He reminds me all the time of a frustrated winger. That position didn't quite work out for him. And now, as a fullback, he can't resist any opportunity to get forward and assist with what's going on up front. He really does add an extra dimension to this attack.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Stood up well to him there. Great vision.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cleared without complication. Pass somewhat off target. Bastoni. So it is still 0-0. It's a pretty loose pass. Drogba. He was under real pressure there. Mbappe. Di Marco. And smartly reclaimed. Barella. Into the channel.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And he gets rid in a hurry. Oh, good-looking ball. And this is Forlan. Over to the left. Forlan in acres of space out wide. Oh, that's nice. Forlan! And that is doing no harm at all.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Çalhanoğlu. Di Marco. Barella. That is good strength. That has been slung wide. Cannavaro demonstrating his defensive quality there. Always onto this. Bastoni. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Reflections on the first half?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. driving forward. And here's Forlan. Del Piero, and the shot! Superb goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So we have the first goal.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Acerbi, out to the right. Almost an hour gone. Barella looking to penetrate opposition lines. Now it's Martinez. Judge, surely! No mistake! They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Del Piero.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Substitutions taking place.
Played in by Barella. Casillas claims it, safe hands. Acerbi promptly onto that, and that is that. Still anyone's game this, one moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Yeah, he's fouled him there.
Substitution in progress.
Just 5 minutes left. Bastoni. Acerbi. Played out towards the right wing.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Nice looking ball. And no, that was never going to make it. 5 minutes to add. There's the shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner, of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.